18 in Gaylord is what it feels like with a wind chill. 20 below in Petoskey and Traverse City. 23 below in Ludington right now with that west wind coming right off of Lake Michigan. And as you can see from the big picture on the satellite radar, the storm itself lifting up into Ontario, but behind it with those winds, the lake effect kicking in. So a lot of areas seeing on and off improvement, even if the snow is not falling though, even if you maybe are seeing a little bit of sunshine peeking through in parts of the central lower peninsula, you're still getting those wind gusts into the upper 30s and low 40s, and that is going to cause all kinds of problems. In addition, some heavier lake effect snow bands set up along I-75 and westward towards the Leelanau Peninsula and US 31. I'll have more on your forecast coming up. Scott and Robin.
We saw moments ago, Kaylee and Corey, the sight they were seeing, which was none too pretty there in Mackinac City, right downtown today.
And now we're going to get what they're feeling. Kaylee Ioangelie live with us to kind of tell us what it's like to be out when it's 23 below wind chills.
Well, Scott and Robin, you don't feel a whole lot if you're out here after a couple minutes because everything goes numb. We've only been out here for a few minutes. I can tell you it hurts just standing out here. This blowing wind and snow that hits your face does not feel too good, but conditions are slightly getting better, and I'm talking about very, very slightly, meaning that for a brief second you can actually see something, but the winds are gusting pretty heavy here. As we can see, we've got our first traveler this morning that's come through here. We've been out here since 5:30 this morning, and that's the first vehicle we've seen other than a snowplow. So still not a good idea to be out on these roads unless it's an absolute emergency. You can see that a lot of the snow is drifting. Plows have been out here all morning, but yet a lot of the roads are still snow covered because the wind just keeps blowing the snow back. Then in the places that aren't covered in snow, there's a nice little layer of ice. So very dangerous to be out here this morning. Also want to let you know that the Mackinac Bridge is still under partial closure, meaning only cars and other small vehicles like pickup trucks with nothing in them and vans are the only vehicles allowed to cross the bridge until further notice. They need to wait for these winds to die down before they let anything bigger cross the Mackinac Bridge. So again, just a reminder to stay inside today at all costs. And Scott and Robin, just want to let you know that ice cream is the last thing Corey and I want right now. A nice hot chocolate would probably be a better idea.
Yeah, we figured that much, Kaylee, but she's a trooper for being out there. I give her a lot of credit. But Sheriff of Sault Ste. Marie this morning called and said all major roads in that city are blocked, and we wanted to pass along as well that I-75, M129, and M28 are all impassable in Chippewa County this morning. And you know, they say it'll be a while as well until they can get to those stranded in the areas. So, I mean, if you can, just stay off the roadways in general.
Yeah, cars stuck in the roads are a problem. It gets you stuck, and then it prevents, you know, the road crews from cleaning up the roads. So please stay off those. That was the issue on US 2, west of I-75. That's also closed because of so many vehicles that are in the roads. A lot of businesses calling us this morning, asking us to put their closings on there. We simply can't do it because there are so many. The best thing we can say is if you think you have to work, don't just go. Call ahead to make sure your business is open. And then again, the state police are asking people in the 17 northernmost lower peninsula counties to not travel until further notice.
Right, and just added Chippewa County to that list as well in the UP.
That was the sheriff in Chippewa County.
Yeah. So as this storm passes, you can keep up to speed with the latest warnings. Log on to our website, fox33.com. You'll also find our Doppler radar there.
Governor Jennifer Granholm laid out her strategy to help Michigan recover from its economic crisis last night. In her 6th State of the State address, the governor focused on jobs, health care, security, and education. To bring jobs back to Michigan, the governor proposed a one-time offer of a job creation tax credit and a fund to provide investment capital for companies who are looking to grow in Michigan.
Our top priority must be jobs. Good-paying jobs, a job for every Michigan worker. This year, I'll continue to go anywhere and do anything to bring jobs to Michigan.
Governor also stressed the need to capitalize on Michigan's natural resources, and in education, she proposed restructuring some of Michigan's struggling high schools. The details of the governor's budget will be unveiled next week.
And Scott, much of what the governor said last night in her State of the State is meaningless unless the legislature can help her enact the plans. Fox 33 talked to several Michigan senators directly following her speech. Many Republicans and Democrats responded positively to it. They pointed out the fact that the governor's new initiatives are already paid for and there are no new taxes and fees necessary.
We need to have hope and we need to focus. And I think she
made that very clear tonight.
Kind of excited to hear the governor say she's interested and willing to work together with the House and Senate.
We're so encouraged with the prospects and what we can do to turn the state around.
A few lawmakers, however, were concerned about how the governor plans to pay for her job-creating proposals, which included refinancing, borrowing from the pension fund, and spending cuts.
A propane explosion rocked the Manistee County neighborhood, injuring one person. This is home video taken last night, just moments after a propane tanker exploded, setting the Wellston Lubin repair shop on fire. A witness says he was just sitting down to dinner when his house shook. He says he felt between 8 and 10 explosions throughout the evening as the tanker and the shop exploded. Police say something on the tanker caught fire and then release valves ignited, spitting flames into the shop.
Attorneys planning to give their